Howdy! Hi, I'm Bay, and this is my first Reddit video. Alright, this first story is titled AITA for not consoling my boyfriend because I make more money. Reddit, I need a gut check if I'm the a-hole or not. I make a good deal of money, which I know some people will say I'm the a-hole already, but I live a very modest lifestyle. My monthly budget is $4,000 a month, and most months I profit $30,000. I'm self-employed, so sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. Next month, minor flex, because I'm anonymous and I can, it'll be around $80,000 pre-taxes. I have a boyfriend, and we've been dating for 5 months. He's a good guy, but he's a bit more traditional than I've ever dated before. He works as an assistant manager in a farming shop, paying $15 an hour. We're both in our mid-30s and live in the butt end of nowhere. I only moved here to be close to my niece and nephew. No, he doesn't know what I make. We've been dating for a few months and I'm private about how much I've been squirreling away. I drive an older Kia, bought a standard 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house last year, but have almost paid it off. The issue is he saw one of my invoices to a vendor pop up on my notifications. The bill was around $5,000. He was shocked I was paying that much. I told him it's the cost of doing business, and he was like, must be nice to drop twice what a normal person makes a month on business. I'm usually water off a duck's back when it comes to conflict, so I told him it would be nice if I didn't have to pay that bill at all. He dropped it, but I was getting a vibe from him for the last few days, and he seemed distant. I visited at his place and asked him what was wrong, and I guess seeing me pay someone $5,000 set him on a complete spiral. He's trying to figure out how he can be a man when I'm off paying other men more than he makes. I did not like the implications of that, like I'm a hooker or something, and asked him if he freaks on farmers who drop thousands on equipment, and he said it was different, and asked how much I make, which was a little on me, because I always give the impression that what I make isn't impressive. I had a bad feeling, so I lied and told him $120,000, which is officially my salary take according to the IRS. If you know what S-corps are, you have an idea of what I mean. Anyway, he burst into tears. I think if I was nicer, I should have consoled him or something. I know he's feeling like a loser, which he's not, and he has a cool job in my opinion, and he's super knowledgeable about farm stuff, which I find interesting. He's a pillar in the community, because we're surrounded by ranches, and he knows everyone. And again, I find it really cool, but he was upset that I see more money on the regular than he sees in a year. I may have dropped the ball a bit here and told him he's going to have to find a way to be okay with not being the sole provider, and just got out of his house. I couldn't figure out a way to make him feel better without lying or making myself feel small. I guess I could have told him that working in a farm store is super effing manly or something, I don't know. It's easy to think of these things afterwards. My guess? It's some early midlife crisis. But I resent that it's coming at my expense, that because I'm doing well, he feels bad. If I found out he suddenly had a lot of family money, I'd be really happy and glad for him. But no, learning I could easily cover a $5,000 bill for my own business made him feel like less of a man, to the point that he had to throw shade on me. And that's a him problem. I'm still kinda pissed about that. I don't know. I'm also coming from a place of super privilege because it's been a few years since I've had to think about bills, and I don't care what people say. That changes you. So am I the a-hole? And also, what do I do now? Honestly, in my opinion, you're not the a-hole, and you shouldn't have to shrink your success or apologize for your hard work just to protect his fragile ego. Also, 5 months is way too early to be sharing your tax returns anyways. If he is struggling to comprehend a $120,000 salary and a $5,000 business expense, he absolutely could not handle the reality of your actual income. Honestly, his jump from seeing a vendor invoice to questioning how he can be a man if you're paying other men is really exhausting. And honestly, that's not something I'd be willing to put up for the rest of my life. His logic is rooted entirely in his own insecurities. You're 100% right, this is a him problem. If you want to try and salvage this, you can remind him that you value his knowledge and character over a bank account, but make it a hard boundary that you will not tolerate being punished or treated coldly for your own success. If he can't learn to be your biggest supporter, instead of sulking,
Honestly, it's time to cut your losses.
Alright, before I end this video, unfortunately, if you couldn't tell by my voice, I am sick. But, you could make me feel better by subscribing, because that would be really cool. I also drew these other emotes, and yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and much love. Bye bye!